This is nScreenNoise. My name is Colin Dixon, founder and chief analyst at nScreen Media, and today is October 23rd, 2015. Content providers just love subscription VOD services. In just the last week, there have been 3 launches, and we'll start talking about NBC's SeeSo. First, SeeSo is an ad-free comedy service, and what NBC is doing here is they're combining originals with exclusive content and with library content. So originals, they have new shows from people like Lorne Michaels, who's launching a new show called Broadway Video on the service, and they have library titles like Off the Office and Parks and Rec, and they also have exclusives like Monty Python. A bit old, but that's all that apparently they can point out as being a big exclusive that they have. What do you get for your $3.99 a month? Well, what you get is you get a little bit of a different experience than you would get from Netflix. The company says it's going to be more curated. They're going to be providing playlists by celebrities that you can sign up for and watch, and they're also going to be providing new recommendations on a daily basis. Why are they doing this? Why is NBC doing this? Well, they're just looking to monetize their library a lot better. But the combination of the originals should help they think, bring in millennials. Millennials, of course, are not watching broadcast television nearly as much as they did before. And they're hoping that services like SeeSo will help capture them. Will it be successful? Well, there's a lot of duplication of this content. You can find The Office and you can find Parks and Rec on other services. So with all that duplication, I don't know how enticing this will be for millennials or for the general viewer, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next up is Disney Europe, which is launching a new service called DisneyLife, which is targeting kids with content like Toy Story, Snow White, Jungle Book, the traditional Disney fare. But this service is not cheap. They're looking to launch in the UK first at £9.99, which is over $15 a month. And they're planning on rolling this out to Germany, Spain and Italy later, although there are no plans to launch in the US. And here's why. Disney is doing this because penetration of pay TV is relatively low in Europe. And what this service does is it gives them a shot at reaching those households that have broadband but don't have pay television. And of course, here in the US, pay television is already very deeply penetrated, and so there's not much opportunity there to reach a new customer base. Finally, we're going to talk about YouTube Red. Yes, YouTube has gone ad-free. You can now subscribe for $10 a month, $9.99. You can subscribe and get out of watching ads across all of YouTube's content. And YouTube is throwing in some bonuses here. You can download that content. That's the first thing. Second thing is you will get access to exclusive content. And they're working with many of the YouTube stars to deliver that to you. This is pretty interesting approach from YouTube that, of course, has made all of its money on ads in the past. So why are they doing it? Well, very simply, YouTube isn't making money, so the ads aren't getting it done for them. So maybe a subscription model will help out there. Why are the ads not working? Well, they're not getting probably very good CPNs for this, but more importantly, we are seeing ad blockers actually prevent people from watching the ads at all. So this is an ongoing battle with YouTube, but they think that subscriptions with no ads will give them a much better direct route to monetization than perhaps the ads are getting them right now. So we'll have to see if that actually improves the profitability of the company going forward. What does this mean for consumers and viewers? Well, a lot of noise has been made in the industry about SVOD not scaling for consumers. They point at the fact that we typically watch about 10 to 15 channels, and that if we subscribe to that many, we end up paying more than we pay for traditional pay television. And boy, at Disney's $15 a month, isn't that ever true? But the thing is, you can't really compare the two. Services like Netflix don't have a direct comparison to a channel on pay television. In fact, it could be an amalgam of 5 or 6 or more channels. So I think it is very likely that we will subscribe to a service like Netflix that will cover entire genres like drama and maybe comedy as well, because there's a lot of that content on the service too. So we probably will only subscribe to 1 or maybe 2 services like that online. What about services like DisneyLife and Noggin, which are attacking kids? Well, what we'll do is we'll subscribe to those while we have children of the right age in our households, and then when they leave or move on to other content, we'll try other services. So I think our total bill will stay lower than pay television with this approach, but it gives us something that we say we want. PwC found that 73% of pay television customers want to be able to pick and choose the channels that they have in their television package, in their entertainment package. Well, OTT is giving them the choice that they want here. So I think we get something very valuable in return, and we may not end up saving a huge amount, but at least we get to apply our dollars to the services that matter to us. Now, will this work in the long run? Will we sign up for lots of these services? Well, I'm not sure how many of these SVOD services will be successful. I think SeeSo, for example, could be more successful as an ad-supported service. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And you bet we'll be talking about it here on nScreenNoise. I'll see you again next time.